What is going on, guys? It is your boy King Scourge, and tonight we are back with another deck profile. Um, we're going to be doing my Purrely deck profile. Um, Now, to simplify things, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to just try to keep things clear and concise. This is technically take two. I deleted the other video before I had a chance to upload it because I didn't like how I was stumbling like an idiot. Anyway, um, so Purrely is a deck revolves around two main deck monsters and their evolutions. Consider them basically they're considered the evolutions of Yu-Gi-Oh. They have different forms, and it is an Xyz focused deck. Um, they rank up by using their quick play spells. Um, Happy Memory, Sleepy Memory, Delicious Memory, and Pretty Memory. All the quick play spells do different things, and they give bonus effects, but they also all have the effect where you can discard one card to special summon a level 1 Purrely from your deck. So I'm going to just try and keep that concise. And again, try to keep things going here. So I'm not going to read that second part of the effect. I will just say that it will have this effect. You have the regular Purrely discard effect. So anyway, let's begin with the deck profile. So what I play is, and it's going to be pretty much standard, but you play 3 Purrely. This deck is now affordable, and this little guy, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community, for those of you who don't know, refer to this guy as White Cat. I play 3 White Cat, or Purrely. So, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and add 1 Purrely spell or trap that was revealed and place it in your hand, and then you place your other 2 cards on the bottom of the deck in any order. Also, that effect's not once per turn. Also, you can reveal 1 Purrely quick play spell in your hand and use this card to XZ summon it, and you attach the revealed spell as a material to that monster. And it's treated as an XE summon. So this is how they rank up. So Purrely is like Eevee, basically. You need to play 3. If you're a really good pilot, you can get away with playing 2. Then you play 3 of its counterpart, Purrely. Again, this glare is probably going to annoy some people. I apologize about that. Purrely is the same as Purrely. The only difference here is Purrely searches on summon. So you don't have to reveal. You can just add a Purrely card from your deck to your hand and accept the quick play spell. So basically, also unlike Purrely, you target a Purrely quick play spell in your graveyard, and you use it to XZ summon. Both effects are hard once per turn. You almost never want to normal summon this guy, which is why you play 3 White Cat, and most people play 3 White Cat and 2 Black Cat. Like I said, if you're a really good pilot, you can play 2 and 2, but I'm still learning this deck myself, so I play 3 white and 2 black. Next, we play a bunch of hand traps because, so we play 3 typical. I play 3 Ash Blossom, or as I like to call it, Fox Lolly. Anyway, 3 Ash Blossom stops your opponent from touching the deck. Next, I play 3 Space Rock, or Nibiru the Primal Being. Going into I know with the release of Infinite Forbidden, I know with the release with Infinite Forbidden, coming out last week. I feel like Nibiru is going to definitely be kind of a main deck stay. Because the goal of a Purrely deck is you want to stop your opponent from playing, but you also Purrely has a difficult matchup with certain cards. But the big thing is that's part of the reason why this deck is so complicated, because there's no really set linear lines like a lot of decks have. There's no set linear combos. You kind of have to understand the pilot and know when to activate things, just like any other deck. You can't just really be random bullshit go, you know. So, 3 Nib. And of course, again, with Fiendsmith being out, 3 Valor. It's another stops monster in the field. I definitely think, I haven't played against Fiendsmith deck yet, but I believe this is going to be another monster heavy format, at least for another month until Konami gives us a ban list. So that's it for the monsters. Very small monster count. And this is where the bread of the butter. Now we're going to get into spells, which is where most of the bread and butter is going to come in. So, for the Purrely spells, we max out on everything except for delicious and the other one's sleepy, because those are at 2 right now. So, anyway, please. So that means we play 3 Happy Memory. Besides having the regular discard effect, which I'm not going to explain, which I explained as part of the video. Basically, you can choose a card on the field. The first time it'd be destroyed by battle card, or be destroyed by a card effect that's not destroyed. And then it has the discard effect immediately after this effect resolves. Immediately after this first effect of this card resolves, you can discard a card, special summon a level 1 Purrely monster from your deck. So this is how you're going to be getting to the cats. Next, we play three Pretty Memory. This one basically gives each player 1,000 life points. And then obviously has the Purrely effect, discard effect, where, you know, you can discard this card, special summon. You guys know the effect. Also, one thing I forgot to mention too about Happy Memory is Happy Memory, a Purrely Xyz monster that has this card attached as material, gets this bonus effect during the standby phase. The monster that has this card, Xyz monster has this card as attached material, gets to attack a number of times equal the number of Purrely Happy Memories material. So basically, if you have 3 of these on one Xyz monster, you can attack 3 times, upwards of 4 times, because 3 plus the 1. So, and then Pretty Memory's extra ability that it provides to an Xyz monster is, once per turn, you can send one other card you control to the graveyard, and then target one card your opponent controls and attach it to the card as Xyz material. Next, we play 2 Delicious and 2 Sleepy. Yeah, we played 2 Sleepy and 2 Delicious. Delicious Memory, basically, you choose one monster in the field. It protects a monster from battle until the end of the end of the next turn, basically. So, really nice to come in handy. Also, the Xyz monster that it's attached to will get a 300 attack and defense point boost per material it has. And these effects do stack. So if you have 2 of them on a material, that's how you get your Xyz monster, or Purrely Xyz monster gets really big. So that'd be 600 per material. So yeah, keep that in mind. These effects do stack. And then you have the Purrely discard effect, you know, where you can discard to special summon one from deck. Lastly, like I mentioned before, We play 2 sleepy memory. This one, this one negates any damage you would take. So the next battle or effect damage you would take in the turn is automatically reduced to 0. Um, Also, a Purrely monster has a Purrely Xyz monster has this card attached to it at gains the following effects. Once per turn during your opponent's standby phase, you can draw a card. So if you have this on 2 of these on there, you could draw 2 cards. You know, it's really, you see why it gets kind of complicated, because basically you got to remember all these effects and stuff and do all that fun stuff. Next, we play 3 My Friend Purrely. This is a mandatory 3 of, because of the fact that basically this helps you. This is how you're going to be searching. You can pay 500 life points and reveal 3 Purrely cards from your deck, and your opponent randomly chooses one to add to your hand, and then you shuffle the other 2 into your deck. And if a face-up Purrely Xyz monster leaves the field because of an opponent's card, even during a damage step, you can target up to 3 Purrely quick play spells and add them to your hand. You can only use each effect of My Friend Purrely once per turn. Lastly, we play 3 of the field spell, which is Purrely Stay Street or Stray Purrely Street. Now, this field spell is super important because it basically makes all your Purrely monsters untargetable by card effects during the turn they're special summoned. Also, if a face-up Purrely Xyz monster you control leaves the field by a card effect, you can special summon 1 level 1 Purrely monster from your deck or graveyard, and then during the end phase, it automatically attaches a material from your graveyard, from your hand or graveyard, or deck or graveyard, to a Purrely Xyz monster you control. So this is very important. You want to get this out as soon as possible, because it makes it, again, the field spell will make all your Purrely monsters imperm proof, Veiler proof, Ghost Mourner, most hand trapped. It only prevents targeting though. So next, we play 3 Dark Ruler. Even though it's a board breaker, even though you won't be able to kill your opponent during the turn you activate Dark Ruler because your opponent takes no further damage, you can pretty much guarantee that it's going to break their board because they can't respond to monster effects. Very important. It at least gives you a chance to set up a good board and hopefully outplay their board and break their board. You can't really afford to play Droplet in this deck, I believe, because you're already going to be discarding a lot of stuff with the memory cards, so it doesn't make sense to run Droplets. Next, 1 Called by the Grave, because it's Called by the Grave, shuts off hand traps or pesky monsters, and it's at 1. One Terraforming to get to the field spell quicker. And for consistency, for the last of spells, we play 3 Pot of Prosperity. I like Prosperity. You play duplicates of your extra deck anyway, so it doesn't really matter. There's only 1 card that you only play at 1 of, but it's not really that important. Next, for the traps, I'm playing 3 Imperm, again, to round off my hand trap total to 12. 3 Imperm. And then I'm playing the 1 Yeet. This is searchable with your Noir, but basically what Purrely Yeet does is it lets you special summon a Purrely Xyz monster from your extra deck with a different attribute, but it's shuffled in the deck during the end phase. And then you could banish this card from your graveyard. Then target 3 Purrely monsters in your graveyard and then shuffle in the deck. So it kind of helps recycle your stuff. And you can get it with Baby Door. I personally have been trying it and I really like it. This is an interesting card, but it's super good. I play three Black Goat Laughs. Um, there are certain cards that this deck struggles to deal with. Um, Basically, what this card does is you can declare one monster card name. This turn, neither player can special summon monsters of that original name from the except from the graveyard. And then you can banish this card from the graveyard, declare one monster name. This turn, neither player can activate that monster effects of that monster on field with the same original name. You can only use each effect once per turn, so it's very good for shutting off specific cards, especially like SP and stuff that has annoying interactions. But you can pitch it. It's good in your hand. It's good set on the field, or it's good when you discard it because you can use shut off monster effects, and so it's very good. And I try it as a 3 of. And lastly, for the main deck, we play one Rivalry of Warlords. You flip this, you pretty much auto win. It's at 1 for a reason. All right, let's talk about the extra deck. So, um, we're going to start with the Purrely monster, extra deck monsters here. We're going to start with all the rank 2s. We play one Baby Noir, Purrely Noir. So all the Purrely XE monsters will have effects up to thrice per turn. When you activate a Purrely Quick Play spell, you can immediately attach it to a said monster as material. So, but Purrely Noir, or we call it Baby Noir, this would be the EV equivalent to Umbreon, Baby Umbreon. It's not a thing, but anyway, once per turn you can discard one card, target one card your opponent controls, or 2, if you have a Purrely Sleepy Memory as material, and return them to the deck. So basically, if it has Sleepy Memory, this one, it's a compulse. You only play 1. You can play 2 if you want, but you only play 1 because you only play the 1 trap card. This one also lets you, when you activate a Purrely Quick Play spell, up to thrice per turn, you could attach it and then set 1 trap from your deck, Purrely trap from your deck, to your field. Next, we play 2 Leafeon. Purrely Plump. Plump is really good. Once per turn, you could target up to 2 spells and traps in the graveyard, attach them as material, either player's graveyard, mind you. And this is a quick effect if it has Delicious Memory as material. Up to thrice per turn, if you activate a Purrely Quick Play spell card, you can attach that card on field to this card. And then you can banish one monster your opponent controls until the end phase. So, spot removal. Very good. Two Baby Sylveon, so Purrely Happiness. So this one is at the end of the damage step. If this card battles, you can add 1 Purrely card from your deck to your hand. Also, if this card has Purrely Pretty Memory or Happy Memory as material, you can have the attack of 1 monster your opponent controls until the end of the battle phase. If you activate a Purrely Quick Play spell card, you can attach a card as a material, and then you can return 1 spell or trap your opponent controls to the hand. So up to thrice per turn, if you activate a quick play spell, you can, yeah. Very good. Next, we play two Purrely Beauty, Vaporeon. Yeah, I know. So this one is a monster negate. Once per turn, you can target 1 effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end of the turn. It's a quick effect if you have Pretty Memory as material, and up to twice per turn when you activate a Purrely, up to thrice per turn when you activate a Purrely Quick Play spell. Quick effect, you can attach that card as material. Then you can change the battle position 1 monster your opponent controls. Next, we play Noir, uh, 2 regular Umbreon. X Purrely Noir. This is what your main boss monster you're going to be sitting on. While you can also XZ summon this card by using a rank 2 monster you control with 5 or more materials. Unaffected by your opponent's activated effects while she has 5 or more materials. And this is not once per turn. You can detach 2 materials to target 1 card opponent controls or in the graveyard, place at the bottom of the deck. And it's a quick effect if you have a level 1 Purrely as material. This is what you're going to ultimate goal is to be sitting on this, and it's going to be boosted by the memories, and it's going to have all these things, so it's very good. I don't have room for the other EX Purrely card, Happiness, but I'll explain its effect after I'm done with the deck profile, just so you guys are kind of familiar. 1 Downer Magician because it's a Zeus material, more material for Zeus. Speaking of Zeus, we play the 1 Zeus. This is a board wipe. If for whatever reason your opponent gets through the 1 or both of your Noirs, you can just summon this giant ass robot and just have like 6 or 8 material and just keep on sending. It's a board wipe. How that's fair is beyond me. And then I play the 1 Typhon. This comes up. Typhon's always been kind of an interesting card for me, in my personal opinion. It's really kind of weird, but it shuts off Zeus and it shuts off any monster that have 3,000 attack points or less. And it's there in case of emergencies, because you can also XZ summon it using 1 monster you control with the highest attack. If your opponent summons from the extra deck at least twice during their turn or the turn after, yeah, it locks you out of stuff for summoning monster the rest of the turn. But it spins stuff back, so it's important. Lastly, since we play all the Purrely and Purrely are level 1, we play 1 Lyreless Assembled Nightingale. I love this card, but I fucking hate this card at the same time. Basically, this bird can peck you multiple times. Requires at least 2 level 1 monsters. You can use more. Can attack directly up to the number of Xyz material it has. Gains 200 attack for each material it has, and it can attack a number of times up to the number of material it has. So if you use 5 materials, like in the deck it's meant to be played in, this thing can attack 5 times directly. And quick effect, you can detach 1 material. Lyreless monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, and you take no battle damage from attacks involving them. This is kind of another ultimate game ender if you're really in a pinch. 1 Relinquish Anima makes zones matter. They play under the extra monster zone. Okay, Anima suck. Steal. Because Linkuriboh's banned, otherwise I'd tell you to be playing Linkuriboh. And lastly, 1 SP Little Knight. This is one of the best cards in the game. Excuse me. This is one of the best cards in the game, and arguably probably one of the most expensive cards in the game right now. Currently, besides this quarter century secret rare. Anyway, if you can't afford this, I apologize. But there is good news. We did recently get announced that this card is getting a reprint in the 2024 Megatins in a couple of months, like in September sometime, along with Chaos Angel and a bunch of other reprints. So hopefully this card value should go down significantly, because paying $100 a copy is not worth it. I didn't do that. Thankfully, I had trades and I got real luck with pulls. If you guys haven't seen my other deck profiles or my other box openings for sets that I do once in a while. But anyway, that does it for the deck profile. However, there is one more card I'm going to go over, like I promised. So the reason why people don't play the Purrely Happiness, you can if you want. I kind of like it, but obviously I don't have room. But Purrely Happiness, Unlike Nor, this is the final evolution of Purrely, the white cat. So, same summoning requirements as Noir, but our alternate summoning condition. So, during your main phase, you can detach one material, and it's a blanket. She blanket Dark Rulers the field, and your opponent can't activate cards or card or effects in response to this card's activation while it has 5 or more material. Um, but she negates all monster your opponent controls. Um, Also, while she has 5 or more materials, every time she declares an attack, this card will immediately burn your opponent 1,500 points of damage. Not as good as Noir, but it is an option if you so choose. Um, Again, this is your option if you so choose, but obviously I don't have the extra deck space. But I just figured I'd explain what that card does. So that wraps up the deck profile, guys. As always, I really do appreciate it. If you guys like my content, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm always open to constructive criticism. And I do have more deck profiles for you guys. I just have to get my stuff organized. I know it's been a while. So, anyway, with that being said, peace out. Later, guys.